My uncle. How can my uncle really do this to me? All that time, my uncle is the one who stole the items from my shop. So in my mind, I was like, yeah, it might be true because this guy ameniambia the same thing while this man was away. Now I started believing them. Hi guys, welcome to this channel. My name is Carol Charles, but you can call me Wasam if you want to. Karibuni sana to the home of lessons where we learn every day, and today I want to narrate for you a story whereby I was conned but later recovered my items. Yes guys. It was back in 2016, yeah, and at times I wonder, I was not even born again. Why?
I equal 2016.
Why 2015? Yes, babe. It was in 2015. Thank you. Nikusahau sikudanganya. It was in 2015. Yes, it was in 2015 because it was when I was being conned. We had dated for like several months. Yes, Cindy.
How many?
Like 3, 4, 5. It was we met in July, but I was conned in September. Because nakumbukanga September 28th. Okay? So, at times I'm normally like, I was not even born again during that time, but the love of God is just something else. I was conned and later recovered my items. So listen to this story, guys. I know you are so much interested in knowing how it happened. So let's get into it. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, give it a thumbs up, a very, very fat thumbs up, and comment down below. Premier Gang, karibuni sana. Thank you so much, guys, and share the video. In 2016, babe. In 27 what am I saying? In 2015 Aki babe, I'm not in 2015 September 20, was it 23rd, 28th, something of the sort. I was studying music. Yes guys, I have done music. There is my guitar. And we met in a music school, me and my husband. So that one is another story that we are going to come with that story. And don't show yourself. Don't embarrass me. So in 2015, I was doing music. For those people who know Narumoro, that's where I was raised. So tulikuwa tunaishi Narumoro, but I was going to school in Nyeri town. Yes. So I remember my mom used to tell me, because now I was not exposed in like going to, kutembea big towns and all that. And my mom used to, they don't spoil this video, Aki. My fans are listening to you now. They're listening to me, but they can hear what you are saying. So my mom used to tell me, don't talk to people. When someone greets you along the way, don't even try to look at them. You just go minding your own business. And so of course that's what I used to do. But one day, as kama kawaida, from home to school, that was around Masaya mchana around 10-11, and I don't know if you guys know Nyeri town. There's a time now when I was going to town, I only knew one way that was not complicated. One way to school. And so from stage, there is a certain petrol station called Kobil. Is it Keno or Kobil? The green one, babe. Is it Keno or Kobil? So no, is it Shell? I don't know. So I was to kuvuka barabara. I passed through that petrol station and then now follow that way up to school. Now guys, what happened? As I was waiting for the cars to pass so that I crossed the road, a certain guy, I met a certain guy, and that guy, he was well dressed. He was well dressed, very clean, and he started telling me, "Hi, girl. My name is so and so. Do you know a certain building called Siju Flani Flani?" Even if I was not so familiar with Nyeri, but honestly had not had that name, any building with such kind of a name. So of course I first resisted, not even to look at him, not to greet him and everything. And when he insisted, I was like, okay, I don't know that building. Okay, then from there, I think now he got my attention, or I got his attention. Now he started telling me, my name is so and so, and I was looking for that building. I am a doctor. I'm from Nairobi, but I am a doctor. I've come here to do what not, and what not. So I asked him, okay, I'm going to school and I don't want, I don't know that kind of a building, I don't know that building, so let me just go to school. Then he started talking to me. Oh, by the way, I am a prophet, and I can see there's someone who is trying to destroy your family, and I can see you are a very smart girl, but there's someone who wants to destroy your family, So, while he said that, I was now interested to know what he wants to say. So I told him, okay, who? And now, the time now I told him who, now he knew that he has got my attention. Kumbe, there was a certain guy there, but they pretended that they are not together. So he now told me, now this guy, we were almost age mates, but the way he now I later on discovered we were age mates, but the way he was dressed during that time, alikuwa anakaa mtu wa maana. So he told me, before you continue, I think I can see you seem so you are fearing, so let's call someone at random so that I can interview you and ask you several questions, so that I can ask you several questions with that person, so that usisikie like you are alone. Guys, that man was called Ati is a random guy. Kumbe they were together. Now that guy was called, and now this guy said, he was called Maina, by the way. The reason why I'm saying this is because we later on, whatever, but I don't want to kuruka mbele ya drum so that you skip the video. Now this guy, he was now an old man, like tuseme 40s, 50s, and he was holding a blue paper bag. During that time, these polythene papers were not prohibited. Kulikuwa kitambo kiasi. Now this guy was too cold. I can't remember the name. You man, I want you to, you can greet each other so that this lady asisikie ni kama ako peke yake. Now I greeted that man. That is where the problem began. Remember, I did not greet this guy, but I have greeted this other one. Now the time now I greeted this one, my mind started, inaitangwaje babe? Kuchanganyikiwa. I greeted this guy. Kumbe now there is
confused.
this. Yeah, I started getting confused, and there is what they apply in their hands so that when you greet them, unakuwa totally confused. Like you will follow whatever this person is telling you. I always heard about these stories kitambo, but I was like, how can it? I cannot even accept to greet anyone. How can you even follow someone? That is what I used to tell myself kitambo. Oh, only to be caught in the same situation. Now, when I greeted this guy, now we started being asked, oh, blah, 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 blah. What. Now, this guy, because now already have greeted this man, Now whatever he told me I would do. Yeah? Do you know what happened? Now we were around that Shell, is it Shell Amakobil petrol station? And so tukavuka barabara. Now what he said, he told this now young guy, Maina now, he told us, this place looks so busy. Let us find a place that is not so busy, so that we talk more. But as we are walking, I want you guys to share your stories. Who do you think in your family wants to destroy your lives? Because I don't know, but eventually I'm going to tell you who it is. Now we started walking. The three of us, guys. We started walking, the three of us. Now we cut the barabara and started walking at now Shell petrol station. I remember that one was called the initial petrol station. We went up to Shell petrol station, which is near. Babe, is it Shell which is near petrol police station?
Nyeri,
yeah, Nyeri.
Shell.
Yeah, it's Shell. But it was
Shell.
Library. Yeah, it's Shell. Yeah. So we went up to that petrol station, Shell petrol station. So as we were standing there, now that guy started telling me, what did he say? He told me, I know. He first told that man to kusonga kiasi so that he speaks to me, and he started telling me, that man, someone stole some things from his shop, and those things included weighing machine and some electronics in his shop. Yeah. And so that is what exactly that man had told me when we were on our way to that petrol station. But guys, remember, these people are together. And now this man also now told me, and I am so sure, the spirit tells me that you have told that person that there is a woman who dislikes your family. You think that woman is the one who is destroying your family. And it's true. That is what I had told him. Now, guys, we are at Shell petrol station. What happened is, now this guy told me, this young guy told me, now, you see this man, I want him to run to, I don't know if you guys, those who know Nyeri town, do you know where KCB is when you are in Shell petrol station? It's somewhere just straight, but it's far, yeah? So that guy was told to come. Yeah. Now this young guy is commanding the old man. At that time, I had my phone, I had my fare, I had around 400 bob, and I had my guitar with me on my back. Yeah. So this guy was told, this man was told by this young guy, give this lady all your items if you really want to know the person who stole your items from your shop. Okay? This man gave to me, he was holding a blue polythene paper. He gave the polythene paper to me. I don't know what was inside that polythene paper. I don't know. So he gave me his wallet. I don't know if it had money or not. I don't know. So he gave me the wallet, for me to hold those things for him. Now this young guy was like, I don't want to touch them. You hold the things for him. See, you guys are the ones who have problems. So I held the items for this man. So now that guy was told to run up to KCB Bank and to come again. To go and come back, running, and not to look back. Then he was to mention the names of at the family members, the English names of the baptism names of the family members. Now he was to run, repeating if it's Carol, Charles, blah 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 blah, and you repeat again and you repeat. So he was to go and not to look behind. So the guy ran. So when he was on his way, I was left with this guy while holding the items for this man who ran. And now, when we were left with this guy, he told me, do you know who stole the items for this man? it's his uncle who was in a military officer, and he was fired because of drug substances. Okay?
Na hiyo time yote ulikuwa tu hapo unasikiza.
Yeah, I was just there. Remember, I had already greeted that man. So anything that I'm being told, can you guys imagine all that time? Now, he told me it's his uncle who was fired. Right now, he's not even in the country. He went where, blah, blah, blah. Now, that man ran. We talked a little bit with this guy before that man ran and came back. Now, when that man came back, he was crying, like literally, he was crying. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. My uncle. How can my uncle really do this to me? All that time, my uncle is the one who stole the items from my shop. So in my mind, I was like, yeah, it might be true, because see, this guy ameniambia the same thing while this man was away. Now I started believing that. Now it was my turn. I was told to give this man everything, just the way this man gave me his everything. And now I was to give this man everything. Yeah? Everything I had. Babe, stop spoiling. Now I was to give this man everything that I had. And now it was my turn to run. So I removed my guitar, guys. I gave him I gave him my phone. I gave him my phone. I gave him my 400 bob. Every day my mom used to give me 500 bob. So already had used 100 bob to go to town. So I used to save, by the way, because I used to spend like 300 bob. Babe, by the way, you will stop spoiling my videos. So I used to spend 200 bob to and fro, my fare, and then 100 bob was lunch. So 200 bob every day I would save. God bless my mom. So by that time I had 400 bob. 400 bob. I gave this guy my 400 bob. I had a nice ring. I had my aunt had bought for me. I have never forgotten that one. I gave him my guitar and my phone. My phone was like 2-3 months old during that time. So it was a new one. My mom had bought me 12,000 Kenyan shillings in Nairobi. Now during that time I was still in Ushago. So I gave the man. Now it was my turn to run while mentioning the name of our family members. Now I was told, for you're not going to run up to KCB, run up to Faulu. Yeah? Faulu was just around but not so far. So I was to run, mentioning the names of our family members, not looking behind. But you guys, I don't know kama ni dawa ilikuwa ishaanza kuisha nguvu or what, because personally, honestly, I'm not lying to you, I did not run, but I quickened my steps. And then, now he told me to concentrate, because I'm going to listen to the person who is trying to destroy our family. Oh, and there's something that I've forgotten to tell you guys. When this man was on his way to KCB, when this man was on his way to KCB, after him telling me, but do you know that man, it's his uncle who was whatever, he stole his items, and now he told me, how would you feel if you get a job at JKIA? Hey, and I was like, wow, I can be very happy, you know. But I told him I'm not qualified. Sijasoma vile sana and all that. And all. He told me, yeah, you are going to work there. Now, when this man came back, is when he was saying, oh, my uncle can do this to me, or blah blah blah. And then he again said, by the way, I've also heard that this girl is going to work at JKIA. So that I can't believe. Yes, guys. So now it was my time to run, and I ran. I went. I walked. Mentioning Lewis and blah blah blah. So and so. I'm going to listen to the person trying to destroy our family. I went. When I reached Faulu Bank, I don't know, guys, what happened. These men, now I was to kufika at Faulu and go back where I left them, at Shell petrol station. Okay? So, when I reached Faulu Bank, now I was turning, I found those guys there. I was amazed. I was like, see, we had told each other I was to meet you Shell petrol station. And they told me, have you heard the voice? I don't know how they thought. I don't know how they reasoned. Kama the guitar is going to... I don't know. I've never known. But that young guy asked me. Now they were pretend that they are not together. They don't know each other. Now, but they were working together. Yeah. So this young man told me, have you heard that voice? I told him, no, I've not heard the voice. Yeah. Then he started asking, what could have made you not hear the voice? Do you know what I told them? I told them maybe it's because I don't have my guitar. Yes, guys, that's what I told them. And I don't know kama dawa ilikuwa ishaanza kuisha nguvu. My memory was coming back. I don't know. But let me tell you. They returned my guitar. Now they started realizing, tukikaka, these ladies will start requesting for her items. Now they returned my guitar and I put it on my back. We went to the initial place at Kobil petrol station. Was it Ken or Kobil? Can't remember the name, but it was a green one, dark green. Now, guys, the initial place where we met, okay? For those people who know Nyeri well, I know you can, So when we were in that place, you can figure out. Thank you. So I was told, now, you know what? We have returned your guitar. This time, because you have your guitar with you, you must hear that voice. Now, where they told me to run and come back, it was somewhere with, a road with meanders. So many corners, Vichochoro. My husband loves that name, Chochoro. So, I was told to go to Shell petrol station. Now, from Kobil to Shell, there is another way you can go. And that way, ikona makona. So, I was told to go and come back. Guys, I went and came back. I was like, by that time, I think I had already started, coming back to my senses, because I was like, how are people seeing me, by the way? The same road, nimepita, and then the same road, nimerudi. People are going to notice something. I don't know. But let me tell you guys, when I came back, I never found those people. Oh! Now that's the time I realized I have been conned, guys. I started crying. Oh my God. And then I started asking people around, have you seen a guy wearing a checked shirt and a khaki trouser, a cream one, and another man wearing a hood and a blah, 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 blah. Now by that time they had already gone with my phone, my 400 bob and my ring. So the first thing I did, the first step, I went at M-Pesa, which was just around. I called my mom, I borrowed them their phone. I told them, nimenyang'anywa simu by some guys. I was asking if you can help me with your phone. I called my mom. So I called my mom. And my mom, now I told my mom, mimi nilikuwa naenda shule. And then I met these people, and it's like they have conned me. They've taken everything away from me. And the first question my mom asked me, do you have your guitar? And I told him, yes, I have that one. What about your phone and money? I told her they have already gone with them. I don't have. And that's why I'm calling you with another number. Well, my mom was like, kwa nawe mwana. And you have been, are you, how do I translate that? Are you being conned like a child? Are you a child for you to be conned? Now she, whatever, but she told me, go to school, tell the teacher to give you fare and come back home first. Yeah? So I told her it's okay. I hung up the phone and now I started walking from now that place to school. In my mind, I was like, how can I be conned? How can I be conned? How did I even accept? But again, I was thanking God, at least they never took my guitar. I honestly, up to date, don't understand why they returned my guitar. I have never understood. Yeah? Now, guys, I went to school. I met the teacher and my fellow students. So when I went, and I called the teacher as a kando inaitwaje, aside. And because I did not want to embarrass myself in front of my fellow students.
Nikaproti kingine hapa kabisa.
Babe, hiyo tutaongea baadaye. Now I talked to the teacher and I was like, oh, teacher, I have been conned. And the teacher could not even keep quiet. Hey, Carol have been conned. Oh, blah, blah. Maybe the teacher is listening to this video. His name is Robert. Mwalimu wa shule ya muziki Nyeri. Now, yeah, the students. Yes, right now he's a pastor. That teacher, my fellow students laughed at me. Hey, how can you be conned? How do you give out your things? Are you foolish? Are you stupid? You give out your phone. Can't you see? Who told you to greet that man? You know, they said a lot of things, but I thank God. The step that we took now, the teacher stopped joking. And so he told me, Carol, what we are going to do, let's go to the police station and report this matter. Okay? So guys, this is where the journey of my things, recovering my items started. And I would urge you to listen to the end because this is a lesson learned. Another day, there is a woman, I was in a certain shop where I buy snacks for my kid because they normally carry snacks every day to school. And there's a woman who was there explaining to the shopkeeper that she was conned like the previous day. But she never took any step. So I gave them a summary of how I was conned and recovered my items. And she said, oh, I have to report. Now, guys, this is what happened.